I'm Jim Bowersox. My wife Krista and I have been attending Lakeside since about 2010. I guess I kind of had a Leave It to Beaver small town childhood, and always enjoyed playing ball, and just had the run of the whole town back in those days. When we were young, myself and my two brothers, I know my mom, she would clean out our ears and drag us to the E-Free Church. And I had heard the Bible stories, but as we got older, we dropped out, and it just didn't seem important. I graduated from North Polk, met Krista. We were married after about my second year in college. It was during that ugly war in Vietnam. I dropped out of college and was drafted. After I got out of the Army, I went to work for the Des Moines Police Department. I was involved in, 4 homicides where I arrested 5 people for murder in my 30 years on there, and 4 of the 5 were armed when I arrested them. And I was just so fortunate that I never had to shoot them, or I was really fortunate they didn't shoot me. I had 10 years of experience working undercover narcotics, and it would be to the point where you went in these people's homes and you bought drugs. You got to know them, you saw how ugly life could be. With the nature of the work and some of the people you had to deal with and the incidents, I think my heart became hardened. I think you had to put up with what you had to deal with. And I did know some officers that were Christians and would share the gospel with people from time to time, but I think there were a lot of people in the department who looked down on these guys, and I think they really thought they wouldn't do the job if it came down to doing it. And so I just didn't really realize what it was to be a Christian man. One of the major things I had to battle was anger. I was easy to anger, quick to speak, and Krista put up with so much, the working nights, weekends, and holidays. More than once, people would say I was a lot of fun, but they wouldn't want to go home with me. So she is a very tolerant person. The most important thing in my life was probably the job. I know it was perfectly fine to go on Sunday morning and play golf, and it was all about me. And I knew I wasn't probably the father or the grandfather, the husband I should have been. What really turned my life around was my brother was suffering from cancer. He's very, very ill. One day he called me, and he told me, he says, "I know how to live, but I don't know how to die." At that point, I contacted one of the staff from Lakeside Fellowship, and I said, they'll be able to explain how this is done and what you should do. And from that time, he was real agitated prior to that, and after he had heard the gospel, he was calm. And he remained calm until he died. I decided at that point that I wasn't going to wait until I was on my deathbed. So it made me accept Christ as my personal Savior, and I realized he died for my sins. I really didn't realize what it was to be a Christian. And from hearing the Word, I realized that you didn't have to learn any secret mumbo-jumbo or jump through any hoops. It was just simply admit you're a sinner, accept the fact that Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and confess my sins, and ask to be saved. And it was, I was kind of amazed at how easy it was. Had I known what I know now, I probably would have turned to Christ years sooner. But I guess with age comes wisdom, and knowledge gives you faith. So thankfully, through Lakeside and the gentleman with the Bible study group, the pastors here at Lakeside, I've learned that it's not hard to become a Christian individual. You just have to commit yourself to Christ, and the rest is taken care of through the grace of God.